Hey everybody, welcome back. Not like you went anywhere. You guys are at home watching this on, your phone or on your laptop, and I'm still here. So I guess virtually welcome back. We're still in the classroom. It's still Thursday afternoon, but I got an email message or an Edmodo message saying that I'd like to know how to remove parameters. So okay, we can do that. So here's two functions. Now both of them are x with respect to t and y with respect to t. So we have a third parameter. Most of the time this t stands for, yes, you guessed it, t for time. So what we need to do is we need to remove the parameters. So when we do that, I'm going to pick a red one here. I think that's red. Nope, this is orange, but apparently it's different than regular orange. But I'm going to pick the whichever one is easier. Okay? Pick which one was easier. For me, it looks like this one's going to be a little easier to solve for. And when I do that, I add 4 to both sides. So I'm going to go ahead, add 4 to both sides. And I end up with y plus 4 is equal to 3t. And then divide both sides by 3. And so I end up with t equaling 1/3 y plus 4/3. So there's my t value. Now, if you remember back, when we talked about, we didn't talk about it, when we solve systems of equations, we solve by substitution. So we have a t here, and then we have an equation up here that's x with respect to a t, or x equaling some t, x being dependent, t being dependent in this situation. So we can go ahead and substitute this value in for t. So we end up with x equals, and then we end up with the square root, got to have that guy in there, the quantity of 1/3 y plus 4/3, and that's plus 5. Okay? Now, the only thing left to do is really we've got to get this all simplified, cute, and then solve for y. So, first thing we do, change our 5 into terms of thirds. So we have 1/3 y plus 4/3. Now 5 would have to be 15/3, so we add 15/3 to, or not add, but we're going to add 15/3, so we multiply top and bottom here by 3. We go from there, we end up with the square root of 1/3 y. Now we have like terms here, so we go ahead and we combine them, and we end up with 19/3. So we have this y equals, or x equals the square root of 1/3 y plus 19/3. First thing that we're going to try and take a look at is I'm going to try and see if I can't pull this apart just a little bit, or try to make it a little easier to look at. Y equals, we have the square root of, this is essentially y plus 19 over 3. Okay? Now that's what x equals. So if we're trying to figure out what y equals now, what we have to do is solve for y. So first thing I can do, if you're feeling froggy, you can certainly multiply both sides by the square root of 3. Multiply both sides by the square root of 3. What that does is that gets rid of my square root of 3 and my square root of 3. That leaves me with 3 square root x equals the square root of y plus 19. From here, go ahead and square both sides. Okay? When you square both sides, now you end up with y plus 19, and we square both sides, so we end up with 3 and x squared over here. Okay? Last thing we need to do, subtract 19 from both sides, and we end up with a final response of 3x squared minus 19, don't get hurt, I was flying around right there, equals y. So we have our answer here. And this is, if you were to go back and to make your table, you guys remember when we made the table? You know, you pick your t values however you'd like. You have your t values, your x and your y. So you could pick your t values however you wanted, whatever was fit for you in this situation. Probably shouldn't use anything less than -5 because that just simply won't work. and then you're going to get values here. Once you've done this correctly, you will notice that these are the ordered pairs for this equation. And that's the way it should work and should work every time. Thank you guys so much for your help or for your time listening. Have a great day. Good luck on your study.